You know, it's good to see you. It's been a while. It's been a while. I have 2 IOUs. 1. I must review The Flash. 2. And I alone can take on this challenge head-to-head of rapping an extremely fast rap song. And I thought because the rap song was super fast and I was talking about The Flash, just might work. Okay, so I'm doing The Flash, as you know, and I thought, you know, in the spirit of The Flash, he was so fast. I thought I would show you some of my rapping skills because they're so fast. You can be the judge. I was challenged a while back, some of you know this already, to rap Intro by NF. As I had said before, I'd already memorized it, but unfortunately I couldn't find like a karaoke, because apparently people don't want to try to rap this one. I'm gonna sing it a cappella, or rap it a cappella. So, without further ado, I'm looking like I'm gonna get it, you probably don't get it. I come in your house with a microphone looking like I'm about to set up a show in your kitchen. I'm out of my mind, but I feel like a minute. If I never make it, don't make any difference. I'm still gonna kill it, you know what that does. Ain't never no chillin' when I'm in the building, and F is a monster, I'm a villain. My music is sick and you don't know what it is, you better get back into right ready. Feel out right what I feel and I feel in a minute, so you better quiet your ear. I'm about to lose it, I'm on a whole different level of music. Truly, I have no clue how to do this. Better rethink what you're thinking and move it. I should be writing when I was a kid trying to make any music. I'm thinking it's crazy. Spent all my money on studio trying to get all my music so people could play it. I keep it 100, my music was terrible. Learned to get better the more that I made it. Go back to my moments album. Most of you people, you probably don't know what I'm saying. And hold up, what you're witnessing now, don't try to figure me out. I grab at the microphone, drop it like how they was laughing at me, who they laughing at now, huh? I laugh at myself, some people they're looking like, wow. The moment you told me you was a rapper, I couldn't believe it. You believe me now? Step in the booth and I'm a rip. You never heard of a rapper, they kill it like I do. I sleep on the couch of the studio, stay up till 3 in the morning, I write till I get more. The moment I wake up, I feel like I don't even sleep and I'm ready to put on my record. Thank you for buying, maybe you burned it. What are you worried? I'm gonna rack it. Look at the industry, look what they did to me. You'll never make it if you never grind. Put a whole lot of money into it, you better be ready to give it your time. Look at the past few years of my life, I promise you I've been giving it mine. Try to keep up with this, I'm not a puppet, no strings on my back, I'm one of a kind. Music is changing, no way to tame this. I'm an artist. Look what I painted. Pick up the caution tape, I'm dangerous. Does anyone know what my brain is? Rappers are comfortable knowing they're famous, but I really don't care what your name is, and I really don't care if I'm nameless. Yo, I'm just driving around, I know where my lane is. So to start off, I'll tell you the premise of the show. So the first episode's all about how the Flash has a background where his father was accused of killing his mother, when in fact he didn't. It was this big like lightning storm speed creature thing person. Yes, that's what the police thought. They were looking at him like, uh-huh. So the accusation was that his father had killed his mother. Of course, the viewer and the Flash know this to be completely false. So the Flash grows up and he's kind of taken under the wing of the police officer that had been his neighbor. And he grows up with that police officer's daughter, and it's a great life, you know. I mean, of course, he's upset that nobody believes him that his father didn't commit the murder. You know, he can't prove it, and he knows. It sounds crazy. But anyway, he's big on science. He's an amazing analyst / detective. He's just pretty smart. On top of that, he has the right kind of, well, sense of justice, as it were. Which is good. Very good. So he's not out for blood. He doesn't have a rough history of being a terrible guy. He is your average, friendly guy who, unfortunately, had his mother murdered at a young age and his father was accused. Those sound like pretty serious circumstances, actually. Anyway, there's this machine that's being built, and the machine doesn't go as it's meant to go, and it blows, releasing this cloud thingamajig that changes people into absolutely amazing people. They're called metahumans. But now with all these people who have powers, and, well, the Flash getting himself a set of powers, speed, did you see that coming? Everybody gets the grand idea that, oh, I have powers, I'm gonna do evil. So of course the Flash is really the only one that is a superhero. It's the only one useful, well, that wants to help people. Of course, like any city, there are these supervillains that are just normal humans, but they're super intelligent and they've figured out different ways to do things, and it's all fun and everybody... Yes. If there's one thing a TV show knows, it's not to make a human feel stupid about himself. Because then the human will stop watching the show. So he's gotta say, you know, sometimes humans are smart enough to keep up with the metahumans. But if you haven't watched the first season, there's a twist bad guy thrown in there. I won't tell you who, because we don't want to spoil it. But also, I mean, he's kind of given away, like, the third episode. That, I think, was probably the biggest mistake in the first season, was just, they revealed it too soon, I feel. I think that anyone with logic and reasoning can watch the show, and by the end of, like, third or fourth episode, they'll be like, oh! Well, he's evil. That's basically the first season that's been summed up for you. Now, for the pros and cons of the show. Personally, I liked the show. However, I didn't quite like it as much as Arrow. However, there's something to be said about just a really good guy who's trying to make the world a better place. I admire Barry for that. Kinda like the Superman idea. I have powers. I could use them for evil, but I won't. So of course, that's a big pro, you know. The biggest con about the show is just that everything was so clean. And when I say clean, I'm just talking about the actors and actresses. They have such clean faces. They're all like bright and shining, and the bad guys that are bad, they're like fresh out of the box, I'm bad. But there just aren't enough weathered people. You know what I mean? I mean, the Flash's father is weathered. And there's a bad guy who's basically just a rip-off of the Joker. He's called the Trickster. He's pretty weathered, but that's just because he's old. So there's a total of maybe 3 weathered people in the entire show. I feel like the detective should be weathered too, but he's pretty clean. But what do you mean? We're already clean! Brush, brush till the water's brown. So that was one of my maybe biggest problems with the show. Just wasn't enough like contrast from light to dark, you know. Another thing, I have a friend, a writing friend, who agrees with me that the show was excellent in the first season. We're like, okay, cool, yes, this is pretty sweet. But then it got to like season 2 and we're like, oh, okay, why am I still watching this? That was sad. Flash is one of my favorite characters, and he's another one of those just good guys, like Captain America. Just an ace of a man. And sometimes I say ace as an insult, and other times I say ace as right on, and this time I mean ace as in right on, yes. Rick, you new one, ace! But it's time for the rating. Drum roll, maestro. Stop! That's not a drum roll. Drum roll. Okay, fine. Start that one over, that will work. Stupid. Flash gets 7! Then, yeah, that's the 7. As far as the age goes on who all can watch it, and who I think it'd be appropriate for, I'd give it a PG, because there is some language. Because who wouldn't cuss when a villain that can turn into steel is coming at you with his fist, and he's gonna go, miss, ruddy. Yeah, it's a shame. If you love The Flash, and you think that my rating was not proper, comment below. If you dislike The Flash, I wonder why you watch this video if you don't like The Flash. Like, comment, and subscribe. That's how I end the video.